So firstly is about introduction. Marang Resort is located in the village that has a sustainable resort area are located in mangrove swamp with a sandy beach 2.5 km away. Marang Resort, also known as a 5-star resort area that provide a good food at a good restaurant for available guests. The development of this resort is the combination of the traditional and modern form with the natural scenery and the life of the local community. Marang Resort also won an eco resort due to the strategic position overlooking the South China Sea. The own and develop of the resort is by turnaround management, with help management and operation by Teguh, which is Tenggara Gugusan Holiday, include by two architect, which is Asafa Design Practice and Bahar Omar Architect.
Next, I will explain about the development plan in Marang Resort. Marang Resort and Safari is located at Lot 1, Jalan Lumun Kampung, Pulau Kerengga, Marang in Terengganu, Malaysia. The resort is an environmentally sustainable resort village development that located on 65 acres of mangrove swamp in a rural area on the coast peninsula Malaysia. The 65 acres development consists of 100 detached wooden chalet cluster on 20 acres and leisure activities. The existing and nearby land use in Marang Resort is sandy soil vegetation, and coconut trees are found on the resort beachfront. Mangrove trees and nipah palms grown along the river banks. The unique site environmental attributes and beauty was decided that any development must not unruly disrupt the existing topography with a flora and fauna. For the nearby characteristic in Marang Resort is the natural area of the resort is a natural based on tourism and ecotourism. Natural environment existing, the adventure tourism that give a potential in developing the resort area. Adventure tourism emphasis on adventure like water sports, jungle trekking, sea safaris and others. Beside that, the area have a river bridge. The river bridge is a raised wooden walkways that link with different areas of the resort. It is one of facilities for community and tourists to use it as a jungle paths and walkways to another resorts. Furthermore, the resort has a beach with sandy soil vegetation and coconut trees that are found on the resort beachfront. Other than that, wooden boat. Wooden boat is the transportation that used for tourists who want to experience sightseeing along the river.
The level of organization involved in Marang Resort is national level. Tourism policy, the Global Sustainable Tourism Council, GTSC, which involves project contribution to the local community and also architecture national ecotourism strategy 1994 in resort planning and design for sustainable development. A physical structure plan is also to focus on environmental protection and sustainable planning of resort village development with the concept of the traditional Malay to benefit the community organization style that reflect the local way of life and values. Process of planning. Stage 1, study recognition and preparation. How to protect and help the environment is not damaged so that development and planning made in Marang Resort can increase sustainability in the tourism sector. Stage 2, setting about objective or goals to know what factors are relevant to architecture in ecotourism resort planning and design for sustainable development. In addition, to make recommendation on appropriate architecture and design of ecotourism resort for sustainable design development, and to explore how Marang Resort conserve the environment through ecotourism development. Stage 3 is survey of existing data like research method, employ what's document analysis, online review and analyzing of already published research on in the sector of sustainable tourism and eco-resort. Stage 4 is the implementation of the new surveys involves tourism characteristic. Classification include culture, educational, scientific, adventure and agro-tourism for sustainable planning and development Marang Resort and Safari Malaysia. Stage 5, analysis of secondary and primary data. The National Ecotourism Strategy 1994, which explains ecotourism about nature and natural environment and how to manage to be ecologically sustainable. Stage 7, recommendation. This case study about Marang Resort and Safari Malaysia must focus for 4 conditions laid down: physical, environment, social and economic impact as a framework for development way followed throughout. Last but not least, for stage 8 is implementation of the plan, and last process is stage 9 with monitoring and reformulation analysis of the project to yield a unique solution called be fully realized with sensitive planning, a good business plan and hard work to improve development strategy in Marang Resort Malaysia in ecotourism planning and development. For basic planning principle is related resort planning principle include conservation of special environmental features, maintenance of view, place and corridors, grouping of resort facilities and activities, proper relationship of major accommodation area to main resort attraction, and lastly, central and convenience location of commercial and recreation facilities.
Okay, the impact of project development can be both positive and negative. The impact of project development have 4, which is physical impact, economically impact, social culture impact, and environmental impact. Economically impact, although the resort is relatively common but the vernacular architecture is less clear, that reflect the organization way of the values of the community. Marang Resort is one of the resorts that show the relationship between humans and nature. Social culture impact. The owners view this strategy as a social and business experiment in managing an international holiday resort. 80% of the guests are foreigners who stay between 1 and 3 weeks. For environmental impact and physical impact, the construction of the resort does not have a large of long-term impact on the quality of river water and does not much or does not affect the quality of seawater. Soil erosion can be reduced by selectively clearing vegetation and replanting exposed area with tree, scrub, plants, plum and grass. Thank you.
We can conclude that Marang Resort and Safari in Terengganu, Malaysia is related with tourism planning and development because this place can increase the commercial and industrial growth in the tourism sector. Next, develop camp planning and development this place because the resort have unique view and environmental that can attract the visitor. Local job also can grow so it can give impact for the economic sector in tourism. Next, social culture can give effect to community indirect or indirect relation with tourists and the tourism industry. Lastly, soil erosion also can be reduced by selectively clearing vegetation and replanting exposed area so it can save the environment.